Hello, this is your host Ethan, and you're listening to Three Peas in a Podcast. This is an interview conversation style show where every episode will consist of a guest. Each episode aims to uncover who they are, focusing on their ambitions, goals, and their future. I like to call it students versus the real world. So overall, take this as a convenient way to learn more about your fellow peers here at UNE. Let's dive straight into our next guest. So without further ado, introducing Kirk.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good, Kirk. What about you?
I'm doing great. I love the clapping.
Thank you.
I feel so important.
I know, right? You are important, Kirk. All right, so I'll do what I usually do. Quick icebreaker. Describe yourself, major, grade. Include any description that you would like to add.
Okay. Well, I'm a sophomore here at UNE, and my major is environmental science. I switched from animal behavior, so now it's more like a minor. But yeah, what was the other thing you wanted me to add?
And that's pretty much it,
Okay.
unless you wanted to add something very important about yourself that you want others
I
to
mean,
view.
the most people going into like their majors think money and like kind of that's about it, but mine's more like a passion. So whether that makes me more special or
we'll dive into
know.
that.
Yeah.
We'll dive into that. So I'm excited. So I want to introduce a quick segment that I do also on every episode. It's called course evals. I'm sure you know
Oh,
what
God.
course evals are, right?
like kinda.
Okay, so it's not like that, but for those who don't know what course evals are, it's the survey that you're given at the end of the semester to rate your class, like
Oh.
with the professor, the materials, etc. My spin on this is I want you to think of a class. It could be last semester, it could be last week, whatever. Think of a class that comes to mind that I guess that's very unique per se.
Got
like
it.
you already got it?
Well, I mean, I didn't know if you were gonna go like the route of like if it was a good class or a bad class.
Good class, bad class.
Oh my
maybe like
God.
an embarrassing event.
I loved my philosophy class.
Oh, perfect. Okay, you know,
So
dive straight
there was
into
that. There's like a couple. Well, I'm not a big fan of school in general. So like all throughout high school and whatnot, I have really hard time focusing and participating in general because I'm always in my own head. But philosophy was great because it let me kind of always talk, I guess, or it encourages talking. You don't need to take notes. You don't need to, remember stuff. You kind of just give your own opinion, and it's really nice to be able to give your own opinion in like a judgment-free area and yada yada. But
Do you have a favorite philosophy class so far?
I mean, I've only had one, and that is my favorite. It was I hate to say it, I do not have perfect attendances on any of my classes, but philosophy, I didn't miss a single one. And it's crazy because it like has basically nothing to do with my major or anything in the future, really. It's more like a fun thing, but I love philosophy.
I was talking to my philosophy professor. I think they just recently incorporated a philosophy minor. Is that something you're looking into? Because
I might have to, but then again, like my biggest thing, at least I feel like I speak for a lot of people where like their main reason for coming to college is to get a job and pay and whatever in the future. And I feel like philosophy, there's not a lot of
exactly. That's why I was
Yeah.
like, I don't think you're gonna really major in
Right.
it.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is a great philosopher, but he's also a really smart scientist.
So maybe it's something you can
Yeah.
just dabble in on the side.
Yeah.
Just something fun. If we were to go looking for you, where would we find you the most and why? Mostly speaking about on UNE campus.
I think it's your room. Well, not your bedroom, but yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
You never know. No. Definitely your living room.
This is correct. Yeah.
Yeah, it's even though you're not in there, I think honestly, I'm in your suite more than you are. So you're trying to hold in
That's
a
so
laugh?
scary. Yeah.
No, like genuinely, like for people who don't know, because I'm a sophomore, all my friends are juniors. So I never really made any friends that are in my grade. So, and also all my friends are on the volleyball team. So I hang out with Cam and Connor. I don't know if you already, I think you had them, right?
I've interviewed Cam, Connor soon.
Right,
We had to
yeah.
reschedule.
So I'm just always hanging out with them. And over the past year and a half, Connor and I got close. And then over the past year, Cam and I got close. So now I'm genuinely just over there at least 4 times a week, like minimum 4 times a week, because I go over a lot.
Yeah, I concur.
Like I'm literally coming over after this interview.
Yeah.
So
this is true.
like, I'm just always over there. It's always fun.
Perfect. Well, I guess you mentioned that you don't really have, I guess, close friends in your grade. Is there like a reason that you want to share?
I mean, I would like to consider myself a very sociable and not outgoing, but like just out there. I put myself out there and I'm not afraid to talk to people. I'm an extrovert. But when it comes to like people in my grade, a lot of people are kind of in their own niches, like lacrosse or football, or just not really my vibe, I guess. But when I first came here, I met Ethan, not this Ethan, a different Ethan, and another player on the volleyball team. So it was Ethan and Sean were both board members of the volleyball team, and I came here for school, but also for volleyball was a big factor. So I pretty quickly checked in with them, and that's where I realized like, oh, okay, this is my niche. So I fell into that, and that's kind of where everyone else came from in my friend group. So,
And here's Kirk.
Yeah, and then there's me.
All right, so I guess we'll slowly creep into about your professional, I guess, goals. So first, I want to ask you about why UNE. Why did you come here? And you can, I guess, lean into your next point about what you're currently working towards right now. Goal-wise, could be large or small.
Well, when I was looking, there was like 2 kind of factors for school. It was, 1, I wanted to find a major that was following my passion. So ever since I was a kid, I really wanted to work with animals because my grandfather had worked with indigenous people and was really in tune with nature. Not in like a spiritual sense, but in a sense that he, I don't know, he just was always, he grew up out in just a normal neighborhood, but I guess from my perspective of seeing him as a grandfather, he was super outdoorsy. And even though at his age, he's not able to like run around and do a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't know, he felt like so wise with animals and nature itself. Like he could do like every bird call. He knew how to catch every fish. He knew what every bird looked like. He could find deer tracks in the mud. And I'm like, I don't know. It blew me away. And I had always loved animals. So yeah, there was that. And that was kind of my main passion. I mean, ever since kindergarten, I remember in high school as a senior, we went back to the elementary school, and on the wall was a bunch of pieces of paper that we wrote when we were in kindergarten. And it was, what do you want to be when you grow up? And like, who's your current best friend? And what's your favorite color? And very boring stuff. But the main thing was, everyone, when I looked at the wall, everyone was like astronaut or like scientist or explorer or something, a kindergartner would say. But mine was zookeeper. So, like I picked a janitorial job as
not very niche.
I know, job. Right? I mean, I loved Diego, so that was probably a main factor in my influence there. But yeah, so that was, I'd say, pretty encouraging as well, going into my senior year, or actually coming out of my senior year of high school, because it kind of gave me a direction, and it like made me think like, this is where I want to go, because I've stuck with this passion or this, idea of what I want to do outside of school. And also another thing is I said before, I don't like school. I don't do well in school. And working with animals, there's no desk. Like I hate desks. So Yeah, that's another thing. It's like I'm gonna be doing whatever job it is for 60% of my life, and I want to have fun, even if it's like pennies on the dime or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how much money I'm gonna make. Hopefully a lot, because the school is expensive. But
So you are right about it's a passion thing.
yeah, I'd say like definitely passion. I know people are like passionate about being a dentist, and I praise them because like, hey, you get to be passionate and you get to make money. Whereas mine is like, you gotta really want it, you know.
And are you afraid of having a chance of not really making that much income?
That's like a, you know, there's two parts. There's one, like, yes, me personally, if I did not have the family that I have now, I didn't have the friends I had now, and it was just me against the world, I would be very afraid. And I probably wouldn't be going into this profession. I would definitely be doing something like safer, like business. But because I have such a great support system that I'm so grateful for, I am comfortable enough to be able to take this risk and go into potentially making no money at all and still knowing I will have a roof over my head and, you know, food on my plate, I guess. So I'm really grateful for my parents because they are helping me pay for this. They help me pay for a car, and they're helping kind of pay for my passion, I guess, is the best way to phrase it, you know.
Well, good for you. I'm glad that you can pursue something you really like.
I know. I'm so happy.
Do you think people should focus more on getting jobs that are more passion focused, or do you understand that income has its influence?
Yeah,
It has its influence on what you do. Do you think there should be a good balance between the two?
I think yes. Like realistically, AI, hate to throw that word in here, but like everyone's talking about it. It's blowing up, and honestly, for my generation, I don't know if AI will fully take over everything. I don't know. I don't know the future. I'm not really, you know, intellectual in that sense. But for advice, job wise, I mean, my advice to myself is you're going to be doing it for 60% of your life. I don't want to have a midlife crisis. So find something that you're passionate about, or you could have a sucky job, but have a hobby. So just have something that gives you like life or like motivation, I guess. 'Cause I mean, I'm very dopamine, you know, focused, or not dopamine focused, but dopamine like influence. I'm dopamine influenced, not money influenced. So whatever makes me happiest, I will go down that route. And yes, money does buy happiness. No matter how many people hate to deny it, it's true. Like you need money to be happy, but you can be happy and make money at the same time.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm going down.
I like the input.
Yeah.
So you mentioned. Oh, so actually, you didn't mention, but you are you are our first sophomore on the show.
Really?
You are, Kirk. Believe it or not, I don't really have many friends outside of ninth grade either. I have a list. All right.
Okay.
I got a list of contenders. Okay. What I wanted to get into is how does schooling look like for you compared to, I mean, for me, I'm a junior, so it's a little difficult. I mean, you haven't gotten to this point, but
I mean,
did you expect sophomore year to be what you
I don't know. Going through middle school and high school, you're told like this won't fly in college, or you know, like all that stuff that the old teachers like to say, and then the younger teachers are like, you'll be fine. Like I've had both sides of the spectrum where I've had a teacher be like, you gotta, you know, none of this will pass in college. You'll fail in college. And then I had another teacher tell me like, college is not what people make it out to be, in the sense that like, enjoy yourself while you're there. And so I obviously have taken both advices and kind of combined them. So school wise, freshman year felt like high school on just a bigger campus, I guess. It's not too different.
Yeah, I want to ask, why do you think high school teachers, obviously it's not all high school teachers, but some high school teachers saying that it won't fly in college. Like I've had professors or teachers in high school who had said the exact same thing. Do you think there's a reason why some of them say this?
It's the I mean, I've worked with kids, not high school kids, but more like elementary school kids. You got to have some sort of threat for discipline. So they know that they're not going to need to deal with you when you're in college. Mm-hmm. So they can just be like, oh, college is really scary, so you better listen up. They could say anything. They could say like, oh, your adult life is really scary, so you better listen up now. They don't care what the first part that they say. They just want you to listen up now. And so most kids are like, oh, because they don't know what college is like. I knew college wasn't bad because I have 2 older siblings. And they told me college is really easy. They're like, oh, this is so much easier than high school. But for a majority of people that might not have older siblings or older siblings like mine that were reassuring, they'll listen. So that's the whole reason of that whole threat of this won't fly in college.
I never really thought about that. I have an older brother who went to college. He actually went to UMaine Farmington. So when we drove past it for the tournament, I literally stopped on the side of the road, took a picture, and sent it to my family.
That's so funny.
But I digress. I never really thought about that. Maybe I just haven't really talked to my brother about how college was, but if he were here, I'm sure he would say that it was definitely easy.
Yeah.
But granted, he did change his major in junior year, so he had to stay another year. So maybe, I don't know if that had an effect on his decision on how he felt about college, but who knows?
I mean, yeah, from my perspective is like, I say college is like, in air quotes, easy. Not in the sense that like, oh, the classes are like kindergarten work. Like, yes, the classes are hard and you got to put in the time. My main thing is I don't got to get up at,
crack dawn.
Yeah. I don't need to get up with the sun. I can sleep in and, you have fun. So I think I've had and I think I can speak for a lot of people. I've had way more fun in college when I'm not in school than in high school when I'm not in school. Because when you're not in school in high school, you might have like a sport and you have friends. You might just be getting your driver's license, and so you can have a little fun around your town. But here, there's no parents. There's every high schooler's dream essentially is in college, and that's why college is so great. And I think it outweighs school is maybe on par, maybe a little easier than high school, depending on what you take. I mean, I can't speak for med students by saying college is easier than high school because they're freaking studying who knows what.
Well, as a med bio major, I will 100% think this is completely way more easier than it was in high school.
Really?
And I want to get into that because I think it's funny. I see like sources and like TikToks about people saying how the hell did we get up at like 6 a.m, go to class, then go to sports right after, go to join a club and do that, then get home, go to work, and then get my homework done that same night, and then repeat that cycle. And essentially that's what I'm doing here. But I feel like you have more freedom to do it. And I don't feel as pressed as I was in high school. So like I said, as a med bio major, I don't feel that stressed as I was in high school. But I can't obviously speak for
because I also feel like, I would say from my experience is really different from a lot of other people's because I didn't go out much. I would hang out with more of my closer friends and just play video games. Like the story of my life is playing video games.
Who wouldn't, right?
Right. So if I wanted to like get on out there, I fully could have, but I just didn't really feel the need to. I was perfectly content on a couch in a basement playing Minecraft, So
it's not everybody's cup of tea, but
right.
It was yours.
It's the crazy thing is like I am doing genuinely the same exact thing here, except it's your couch now, and it's Cam and Connor I'm playing Minecraft with. So, fair trade.
Switching gears, I know you mentioned off of recording that you are a part of an internship, and I remember we were at D Hall, and you were talking to me about the internship, and I was like, stop
Right,
talking to me
yeah.
about it. Like, let's save it for the podcast. So,
Like, oh, this is good.
yeah, I'm gonna open the floor to you, and I want you to expand more about this. It is an internship, correct?
Yeah.
Please.
I mean,
expand
it's
more about
unpaid as a lot of this field's internships are, which makes it tough. But like I said, I'm having fun, so it's worth it. This internship is a fairly commonly known one at Saco River Wildlife. So many people in animal behavior do this internship. I believe it's a little ways away from Gorham. It's like 40 minutes from here, so not too far. Anyways, the actual internship is you kind of just go in and, so it was my first day last week, and I walk in and it's just this unassuming house off the side of the road, and then you walk in and you're just like thrown into it. There's dog crates lining this house from wall to wall. Like there's a single alleyway through this main chunk of the house. It is well kept and well put together, I will say, for a wildlife, rehabilitation center, which are not funded by the government or anything. It's all privately funded, which makes it makes you appreciate it way more because everyone is doing that for no cost. Like they are not getting paid to save these animals. They're doing it out of passion, which once again is another influence. So I like to surround myself with positive influences like this. But yeah, so the actual internship, so along the lines of you go around the crates, and whether it's a porcupine or a raccoon or a fox or coyote or whatever animal got hit by a car or was just found by someone that has a reason of being there. The actual internship sounds boring, but you basically just clean the poop out, feed them, give them some water, and then move on to the next one. And that's it. That's literally it. So it sounds really not fun. Like most people have pets, and out of those, people own cats. It's like, who would want an internship where you're just scooping poop out of litter? Like, if you ask anybody, no one would be like, what? But then if you're like, oh, you want to do an internship that involves raccoons and porcupines, everyone's going to be like, oh, absolutely. But, I find it fun, and I got a little like something more out of it because when I went, I met the, I'd say like the either CEO or owner. I don't know like the official title, but the very kind woman who started Saco River, cannot remember her name or anyone's name.
Shout out
Saco River.
Anonymous woman.
Definitely Google them. I don't know. Give them like 5 stars.
Only give 5 stars.
Like they are great. They actually made like the local news, because it's baby season coming up. So they get a lot of donations of baby formula.
It's baby season.
Like literally, animals are getting freaky now. Like this is peak heat. I hate to say it. That being said, the very kind lady who is the CEO or whatever the title of Saco River, I had mentioned to her that a possibility of mine in the future, because I like to keep doors open, a possibility of mine in the future was starting a rehabilitation center, and I wanted her input on that, whether it be like a good idea, the cost, just a general like yes or no, is it good or is it bad? And boy, oh boy, was she happy to hear that. In my head, I just assumed that there's enough wildlife rehabilitation places. I don't know why I assumed that when like genuinely there's like 3 in Maine. But
I was about to ask, like, is this not a common like profession that people go into, the rehabilitation?
So people go to like vets, but the thing about vet clinics is that it's domesticated. No one owns a domesticated raccoon. The thing that does happen, the thing that doesn't happen is domesticated animals don't get hit by cars because they're inside. Raccoons get hit by cars. Apparently, I didn't even know this. The amount of raccoons that have gotten hit by cars is like crazy. It's genuinely, I don't know if it's the raccoon's fault at this point or if it's the driver's, but something's got to be like in the works here. Because Saco River, when I went there, not only was it my first day, but they got 2 injured raccoons in the time frame that I was there, which was, it was like 5 hours, but still, like 2 in a day. And I asked them, like, how often do you get raccoons? And they're like, it ranges from like none to 10 a day, every day. So it's just the roll of a dice, essentially, of how many raccoons they get. And that brings me to the next reason of why she was so excited. Because I'm like, oh, there's got to be like, I don't know, not that it's like competition to have wildlife sanctuaries because, once again, zero profit. But out of like curiosity of like, why aren't there more? She said, well, yeah, it's a lot of work. But also, there's just so many raccoons that she actually mentioned they overflow quite a bit. And even though they have an entire house of space to put these animals in temporarily, she mentioned that she brings so many home in her own house that like she can't even access her kitchen or her living room at all. It's just filled with dog crates, which I'm like, more power to her. You know, she's really doing this out of passion. And once again, no profit. So I'm just like amazed. And she was happy that I had even mentioned that I was interested in this field at all, because she had mentioned, you know, there's not a lot of empathy is weirdly distributed in today's world. And so I'm putting my empathy is sort of like energy. Like you got to give empathy to everyone, but it comes at a slight cost of, you know, energy. So, you know, I like there's a lot of human problems that are happening, like so many human problems that are happening, and no one focuses on the animal problems. So that's kind of what I'm getting into. But now I'm just rambling. So
No, that was great. That was excellent to hear. Is there a part of the job internship that you really like about it?
Yeah. So I've rambled so much. So
who knows? You might have hit it and we both don't even know.
Maybe. But God, it was basically just, I was talking about, I don't know what I was talking, but, I went there, and the point that I was trying to make is that luckily, because I mentioned that I was interested in starting a wildlife rehabilitation place, or just that it was a possible foreseeable future, she was excited. So I am no longer just scooping poop. I got promoted.
Let's
my
go.
first day. Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Kirk.
you.
You're welcome.
I feel like I won an award.
You did.
I said I get promoted once again. Internship, 0 pay. So it's just whatever. Part of the reason is because I'm vaccinated for rabies. So believe it or not many people are vaccinated for rabies. So if you're listening, get your rabies shot.
Get your rabies shot, I guess.
No, but so I get to, most people that come in just scoop the poop of porcupines, and that's kind of about it. Well, porcupines and raccoons are the two that people typically scoop poop for. Mainly it's porcupine. And porcupines, believe it or not, are like sloths of North America. You wouldn't think that. You'd think that they're like aggressive because they're quills and like they shoot quills. They don't actually shoot quills. They just literally just loosen them up.
Yeah, you guys didn't see it, but he like shook his head back and forth, side to
Very
side.
animated.
That's how porcupines.
Yeah, it's believe it or not, it is genuinely the complete opposite of Sonic the Hedgehog. Like it's impossible to like get scared of them, and it amazes me that they like survive they have to have those quills, because if they didn't have quills, they would be dead. Like they're so unbelievably slow. Anyways, side tangent on the mobile capacities of porcupines. Most people just stick with porcupines. I know I had mentioned raccoons. They don't scoop the poop of raccoons, and I love raccoons and I love foxes. However, raccoons are like way up there in the list of most likely to have rabies, because who knows why. But and there's possums. I think it's possums because opossums are from Australia. Don't quote me on that, but there's like a scientific difference between possums and opossums, and I feel like I should know it because it's my major, and I wish I could sound like Steve Irwin, but this is like my knowledge is limited. Anyways, so I'm happy that I get to work now or intern with raccoons when I go. And the other thing is bats. So I get to work with the bats, which are cute. And I got a lot of one-on-one time with the CEO lady. I'm literally just going to call her CEO because I don't know what other, like, the owner. So I was talking with her about her background, and I love this place. Interning there felt like you're just in a house full of cat ladies. They're all so nice and like passionate about what they do. And like anyone can volunteer. You literally just email them. You're like, can I come in and see a bunch of animals? And yeah, it's great. Like I spent quite some time just getting little mealworms to feed to the bats. And I know that sounds like what to most people. It's fun for people who are so used to scooping animal poop.
Don't yuck someone else's yum, okay?
You know, any variation of scooping poop will excite you. Like, oh my gosh, I get to move a box in their crate from one side to the other. Like, absolutely, I'd love to do that.
All right. So usually I ask, because so far I've only had juniors, if they would give their freshman year self any advice. I feel like it's a little too early for you.
I mean, I could give myself advice.
Do you have advice that you would like
Yeah.
give to your friend? Really? Okay. I'm actually curious then.
Guys,
you lied.
No,
You lied.
I didn't. I would say, like, put myself out there because, like, I think what most people do in college, including myself, and once again, I'm speaking for people, even though they don't want me to, is they find a niche. Like I mentioned, my volleyball was my niche. And that's the issue or the advice I'd give myself is don't sink your boots too far into the mud once you're comfortable, I guess. Or like, don't cozy up under the blanket of comfortability. Like, still put yourself out there. Because I mentioned, I don't have any friends in my year because I wasn't putting myself out there. I found friends in volleyball that were nice, and I'm like, sweet, okay, I found my niche, and there's nothing wrong with that. But also, like, I don't know anybody in my classes. I don't talk to anybody in my classes because I just am texting Cam and Connor. That's literally it. For a year future advice, just put yourself out there more.
Who knows? Maybe I'll have you on again when you're a junior, because
I know, and we'll see what I say then. Probably something about school.
Something different. Who knows?
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's another thing. Don't take marine bio as a non-marine bio major, because now I have to retake bio. Yeah, like I said, not a fan of school. I have to retake like 5 classes. So I think the biggest advice for my past self would be just do schoolwork.
Thank you, Kirk. Thank you. This is a little bit of a throwback. You did mention that even if you didn't mention it, we mentioned it like outside of the podcast. You recently changed your major or track? Which one was it?
I think it's major. Like,
Okay.
I fully switched my major, so I'm no longer animal behavior. I am environmental sciences.
Is there a reason you changed it?
Yeah, math.
You know what? That's actually a good enough.
That's
reason.
literally,
You don't even need to
that's
explain
it.
it.
So yeah, like, I'm really bad at taking tests, as well as like everything under the sun related to school. Yes, I am diagnosed with ADHD and ADD and like a freaking like a scroll. Like, you could just like whip out this scroll, and I hate listing it because it's like so many people take pride in it, or like it's like a bragging thing. It's not. It sucks. I hate it. But yeah, so I am a learning handicapped. So I just don't like school. And it's really hard because college is so independent, and the school does have support systems and whatnot. I just don't go to them because I'm not motivated. Like there's no support system that will come into your room and get you out of bed. You know, I'm very, like I said before, I'm dopamine driven. So just finding the motivation to send an email back is hard enough. So like having to go out there, there's moments where I'm motivated and there's moments where I'm not. It varies.
Instead of like an emotional support animal, would you need like an emotional support like
Person?
peer? To,
Like,
like,
I mean,
bring you
that's
to
kind of what
class? Like,
Jackson is.
I was about to say, I was like, how many classes do you have with Jackson?
None.
Okay, so that's the point
another
I was
thing.
trying to get to. Is like,
I
what
have,
if? Please.
I was just saying,
please.
I have like 2 classes with Luke, which is another
Right.
volleyball player. And he's like nice enough, but like, I don't know. It's just, it's tough. I'm just trying to get it through school. And as much as it's weird because I say like, oh, this is my passion. So you'd think I'd be getting like straight A's in these classes because it's my passion. My passion is not school. It's not involving a desk. And the issue with college is that, yes, there are desks. So, you know, I'm still struggling. I'm just so hoping for the future that there will not be as many desks or as much math involved, and then I'll be going. But that's, you know, it's not a great thing to be like so future oriented.
I'm not religious much, but I'll pray for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Before we wrap it up, is there anything you would like to leave to the listeners?
I mean, believe it or not, I talk more in person than I have on this. I would literally be running out of time because I talk so much. But even though I talk so much, still listen, because sometimes when I talk, it makes sense. Like, not coherent sense, but like on a deep level, it will make sense. And I've had those talks with Connor before where it's like, wow. And then they're like, where did that come from? Like, I don't know. So give me a chance, be nice, and spread love and positivity. And yeah, that's, I don't know. I honestly just be happy. Be nice to people.
That's great insight. No, it's so simple though.
I don't know where this is going, but like genuinely, it is not hard. It's harder to be mean to someone than be nice to someone. And it feels better to be nice to people.
Absolutely.
Not a lot of nice people.
It is unfortunate, but we're glad that you are here at UNE, spreading out your happiness.
I'll be signing autographs around campus.
Please, if you see Kirk, he's very tall. You can't miss him.
I will. I am tall. I'm 6'6". I will be setting up a table signing in the Commons. So swing by.
We don't know when, but swing by.
Yeah, I'm not giving you a date. I will just be there.
Just be on the lookout.
It's like Slenderman. Like, you never know where I am.
Thank you for listening to 3 Ps in a Podcast. And, of course, thank you for listening to our wonderful guest, Kirk. And thank you, Kirk, for taking the time out of your day to talk to me.
Of course. Yeah. Anytime. I will gladly continue to talk and go over this time and stress you out even more.
Well, I hope everybody likes you, because I certainly liked listening to you.
Which is a first, believe it or not.
Don't throw me out like that. Damn. I hope you learned a thing or two from him and hopefully found him as someone you can look up to or can relate to. A big thank you to my good friend Avery for producing the intro and outro jingle, currently studying at Berklee College of Music and Arts. Another thank you to my good friend Miranda, a graphic designer, for creating the amazing logo. If you want to check out more of her work, you can find her on Instagram at miranda.madeit. Have a spectacular day, afternoon, and night. And next time, we'll be back with a whole new guest.